Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. So, let's start off with Steffi and Finn. After Steffi tells Finn that, they decide to keep Hope's line, she is very befuddled by Carter's passionate approach towards saving Hope's line. Because even Finn is like, he's a logic guy, he's a numbers guy and stuff like that, so the only thing that I can think of is that he really believed um, that, it could wind up benefiting the company at the end. But but Stafford's just like, this just doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like, numbers wise, Hope's line is pretty much in the black. Like, it's failing. It's literally going downhill. So, the words she was using, how passionate it was, she's just like, something is just not really adding up. Now, going into the whole Hope, Brooke, and Carter scene, they pretty much just thank him for really stepping up and really saving her line and just being very passionate about it. And at some point, Carter's like, let's go back to my place to sit there and celebrate." So they do that. And one of the things that Hope says is that, it's really nice to sit there and have somebody in my corner, or something along the lines of, this really feels like the first time that somebody has really been in my corner. And I'm like, let's think about the people that have been in your corner. Liam was in your corner until you cheated on him with Thomas. Thomas was in your corner until you decided that, you couldn't commit and you pretty much just used him as a sex toy. So in reality, you've had men in your corner and you managed to fuck up both of those relationships. So this whole woe is me and trying to revive history like, oh, I've never had anyone in my corner. It's like, no, you have. You just screwed it up. Now, at some point, they start making out and everything like that, and she just stops it. I don't know why. I don't know if it has something to do with Liam or she's just not ready. But um, whatever it is, if she sits there and fuck up this relationship, then her cries and pleas of "I never really had a man in my corner before" it just falls on deaf ears at this point. Now, speaking of Liam, Bill, and Liam, Bill, and Will. So Bill is just like, what makes you want to, go back together with her? Like, yeah, I had something that was a while ago and it pretty much kind of crashed and burned. But Liam is sitting there thanking Will for kind of, again, just making him recognize that, he wants a life with her and he needs to sit there and stop denying it. So after Bill leaves, again, he's like, I want to sit there and try to get her back. And I'm like, she said no twice. And this is one of the things that Carter was just saying is like, you don't need to sit there and go back to your husband. You need to sit there and move forward and see what else life have to offer you because you deserve the best. And one of the things that Liam was saying was he knows what Hope wants, what Hope needs. Okay? But you couldn't give her that. In a sense. She made it seem like, and I've been watching this for like 3 years, so I never have any indication, but she tried to make it seem like he was always divided. He was always divided between the two. Which is, again, rewriting history because if that was the case, why didn't you not bring it up before? But the point is, he knows what she wants, or he knows what she needs. So he's just like, I have to give it to her. I'm like, okay, so that means you can't sit there and be flip flopping with Steffi, you know? Which I gotta sit there and say is a really messed up situation. You got children with two women that can't stand each other, that has to work in the same building, and one of them just happens to be, your other child's mom, boss, manager, whatever you want to call it. So it's like he's sitting there saying that, he knows what she needs, but if you can't give that to her, then one, don't waste your time. But more importantly, she already said no twice. And at this point, this becomes harassment. Let's just be honest. Um, while that's going on, you got Brooke and Deacons that they're talking about Hope and how her line got saved once again, and she's always feeling like she's under siege and everything. And I'm like, okay, boom. I get that Steffi doesn't like your daughter. But at the end of the day, you're trying to make it seem like people are just being unfair to Hope. And that's not the case. When you sit there and talk about she being under siege, it's like, no, her work is underperforming. And this isn't the first time that her line has been underperformed, and she's been snipped at action for extensions and a break and more time and everything like that. So you try to put all this on Steffi. In reality, if Hope work didn't suck, then Steffi wouldn't have anything to go after her. On top of the fact that, well, your daughter did sit there and kiss the married man. You know what I'm saying? She's always trying to make it seem like Hope is the victim in this whole thing, and that's just really irritating. Now, I think that's pretty much about it. Now, I did see the previews. They're bringing back Ivory because I don't know. I mean, they brought her back before, and she was a complete waste of time, space, oxygen, and anything else that I can't think of. So, for some odd reason, they decided to sit there and bring her back. Um, and they're also bringing in the other woman, Electra. So, things. Oh, also, yeah. I think that was about it in the previews. It might have been something with Carter and Hope, but I have no idea. I do wonder how is Steffi going to react. How is Steffi going to react when she finds out that Carter and Hope have been seeing each other or have been being physical? What is she going to sit there and say about Carter then? Because she was like, she trusts Carter's opinion, but I mean, his opinion and stuff like that. But now, know what she will know in the future. How will she react? I'm pretty sure she's going to come down on Hope, which would be insane because it's like it does take two, but whatever. Anyway, I feel like that's pretty much about it. I can't think of anything else. If I forgot anything, write it in the comment section. Or better yet, come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Born the Beautiful, and Young and the Restless. With that being said, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next video.